All right, we're back to the third and final segment this evening of Around Midnight right here for Friday the 13th. Woo, Friday the 13th. Anything bad happened to you guys today, by the way?
This week, maybe.
No, I mean today, just for Friday the 13th.
I can't think of anything specifically. I went to work as usual. I mean, that's
bad.
Yeah, but, you know.
I mean, I came here.
There is that.
But you got donuts out of the deal, so...
Yeah, this donut's pretty
Although
good.
he did apparently come down with, like, the hantavirus on the way over. I don't know what that was about.
Well, you guys carpool, right? So,
yeah. He was trying to contaminate me.
Oh.
It was fragrant. I don't know what the guy ate.
Okay. All right. That was too much information.
He was dropping nuclear, bro.
That was way too much information.
He was going North Korea in that seat, bro.
I told you, I had chili for breakfast.
Yeah.
Tommy's new breakfast sandwich?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, the chili made out of dead skunks or something.
You're trying to drown this out.
Yeah, seriously.
Drown out this conversation.
I don't want to talk about this. You know,
I'm just saying, it was pretty strong.
Moving on. I mean, really moving on.
You needed to have some kind of a movement. I'm just saying.
We have the
Clearly.
I don't like it. It hurts.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's all stopped.
Okay. Okay.
Oh boy.
Wow.
You guys are terrible.
30th anniversary of the CD.
Yeah, it's 30 years old, October 1st. So that's like 2 weeks ago, but, you know.
30 years of compact disc.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty remarkable. But does anybody actually use CDs anymore in this world of MP3s and other wave audio files? And,
Yes, actually. I mean, there's websites specifically for that. CD Baby, where you can send your music in and get CDs pressed. So I actually helped a guy with that today.
Why would you need to have a CD pressed when you can pretty much burn them yourself from any home computer?
I think some people still like the tangible thing. There's still the whole argument about the tangible artwork and all that other fun stuff, but you get a lot of that even with digital.
Yeah, they make those
now.
wonderful labels that you can put on yourself with your printer at home. So, I mean, it's hard to imagine that industry would continue or persist in any way.
Yeah. Well, then there's also, I was perusing, I was looking at C-SPAN footage because I was looking at some politicians and whatnot up, research for the show and that type of thing. And I went to the California.
They have research for the show.
No, I'm totally making that up. It was totally an accident. I was trying to sound like I would do it. I'd do it, but anyway. But there's a California channel. I think it's called Cal Channel or something like that.
Okay.
All the cable carriers carry it. They fund it. They still run standard definition. So you know if they're still running standard def, because standard def is already like 15 years. High def is 15 or something years old now. Isn't it? So and there are a lot of them that still distribute stuff by burning it onto discs. And discs still get used to record MP3s. They're still a storage medium.
So 30 years ago, the CD came out, and that changed the way the recording industry did business. It certainly changed what you saw. It changed the landscape of the music store, the record store, which now is non-existent.
Yeah, you remember when CDs first came out? They were talking about, oh, these things are bulletproof.
Yeah.
They will last forever.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned that because I purchased CDs that did not last longer than 10 years before the discs themselves began separating internally.
I've had some that barely lasted a year.
I have LPs that are older than I am and still play.
Yeah.
And quite nicely, by the way.
Let alone the actual disc getting damaged and being unplayable.
Well, that's what I mean. You know, I had CDs in their jewel cases that literally they start separating internally and they become non-playable from just sitting around.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They literally have a, you know, all storage media has an expiration date.
Yeah.
They don't last. Nothing lasts
and yet
forever.
CDs were not supposed to have an expiration
they sure
date.
did. I mean, they marketed the heck out of it.
Said
it's laser.
Yeah,
it's got lasers
lifetime
and
of playback.
optical drives and all kinds of crap in there.
Then you had to get the disc cleaners and all that other fun stuff. It was, gosh, remember that?
Do you remember the controversy about how you could improve the audio fidelity of a CD by taking a bright green marker and going around the exterior, the edge
of the
CD?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
You never heard about that? Yeah, there was a big discussion about how that would improve the fidelity of the disc because it changed the way the light refracted inside the disc.
What?
Yeah.
Just around the edge, like
just
on the
around
outside
the
edge, or
Yeah,
like do you trace around that
very
like
the
1/8-inch perimeter?
that 1/8-inch perimeter. You were supposed to line that with a lime green,
I gotta look this up
marker.
on Snopes or something.
Oh yeah, definitely check that out. And then what else? What other myths were there about the CD? Oh, and you remember the controversy when they first came out about the long box that they were stored in? That was that really big piece of cardboard when the disc only took up 1/3 of that thing.
Yeah.
And the original intent behind it was to emulate LPs to give people something to thumb through.
Yeah, so rather than the cardboard, they wanted to opt for plastic, which was so much better for the environment.
Yeah. All right. So then moving on to, then
well,
of course.
before we move on,
all right.
Breaking news.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I just put into Google CDs green marker. And the first link, Snopes. It does say green CDs. False. The claim coating the edge of a compact disc with a green marking pen will noticeably improve the sound quality.
Okay, I remember them discussing it. I never tried it personally, but I remember them discussing it. I didn't really see how that could possibly work, but
Yeah, why would they purposely make something lesser quality if it could be improved by something so simple
as a green Sharpie?
Come on.
I mean, yes, you can see like.
Have you driven an American car?
Oh, that's not right.
Come on.
I'm going to try and forget you said that.
I mean, you can improve the bit rate of a digital signal, and that will improve the audio fidelity.
But that also increases the size
But that
of the
would
file.
increase, the file size, which makes it more expensive and all kinds of stuff. So that this green marker thing, that's insane. Literally.
Well, that was
but
in the infancy of CDs.
But lasers.
Lasers.
Eric chimes in. I'm glad CDs was replaced by MP3s. I had the hardest time trying to get them to burn.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Like when you went and bought CDs to burn your collection, like you would have your LPs and you wanted to preserve them. So you would record them and then try to put them onto a CD on your new CD burner that you bought that cost you like $2,000 or whatever. And like most of the CDs were garbage, man. Because you obviously wanted to go out and buy the cheapest ones. Like you went and got the gold-plated ones with the green trim around the edge, right?
No, I was kind of early on in adopting the digital format for recording, but I actually bought one of those systems that used what was called the Red Book standard for audio CDs. Because there's actually a standard for how thick the disc should be and what the materials that it's made out of are. But over and above that, those discs that originally came out, there was a deal that went on with the recording industry, and so you bought special discs that only worked in special players, and basically they had some kind of copyright protection on them.
Yep.
They cost a little extra, so you were paying into the whole copyright protection deal.
Yeah, it's a hot business. It's kind of like what they do with HDMI now and the Blu-rays and all that other crap.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I still have a stack of those discs because the disc recorder finally gave up the ghost,
and
I still have
them in
the CD. You
anything
can't
else.
use them in anything else.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
So, but then then iTunes came along and pretty much decimated the.
Well, no, Napster came along and decimated everything.
Well,
that's what that
true.
was. So, what was the first CD you ever got?
The first CD I ever bought was called "River's Gonna Rise" by Patrick O'Hearn.
Okay, what's the first LP you ever got? Let's just say vinyl, anything vinyl, LP 45, whatever.
Oh gosh, I don't know. You want to talk about probably the first thing I ever? No, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. What about you?
My first
come
vinyl,
back to me on that. I'm going to think about that.
My first vinyl
Yeah,
was Gap Band single on a 45. You dropped the bomb on me on one side and early in the morning on the other, and it was scratched to all heck. My uncle played the bejesus out of it before he gave it to me. So I put it on and you dropped the you dropped the It was the first Gap Band remix I ever heard.
But technically, you didn't buy that then. Somebody gave it to you.
Yeah, well, I don't think I ever bought any vinyl. Most of the vinyl I've got was given to me.
Really?
Because I never had my own record player.
I'm gonna go way back because I just thought about it. If we're including the 45s, which really probably was the first vinyl I ever bought, it was "Born to Be Alive" by Patrick Hernandez.
You and the Patricks, Patrick O'Hearn and Patrick Hernandez?
Yeah, seriously, I never thought about that, but you're right.
I don't know any of the names you just said.
Yeah, I know.
So what
Kelly
was the first
says
CD you ever got?
Kelly says her first CD was Michael Jackson's "Dangerous."
That's a good one to start with.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I mean, that holds up till today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no Gap Band. Whatever it is that made-up thing is, you said.
Oh God,
I hate him. I hate him so much.
What about you, Todd? What was the first musical format that you ever purchased? Because I know you don't own an LP. In your whole life, you've never owned a piece of vinyl.
I believe I was
might
getting
have
into
some
music
Aquabats
when I had
vinyl.
some cassettes. Oh, those are just for decorative
Yeah, I
purposes,
bought him
though.
one or two of those picture discs, as a
Yeah,
matter of
those
fact.
are just fun to have on the wall. I don't remember ever really listening to... I remember when I was a child having access to some record player, because I remember having some vinyl of like children's stories, and I remember specifically there was a story about Pandora's box.
Wow.
That's
That's an interesting one to give a kid.
Yeah, it was. But anyway, I think the first CD I probably got, I think that was... It might have been
It's gotta
Alanis
be
Morissette.
No Doubt or the Aquabats. Oh, no, it was probably the Spice
I
Girls.
wish. Ah, that was a good one, too.
Probably the Spice Girls was the first thing he ever bought.
Either way, they're both great.
Anyway, it's time for us to be getting out of here.
They probably can't drive, though.
What?
No, I don't know.
I don't get it.
Spice Girls, Alanis Morissette, No Doubt, women driving.
Stupid broads.
Oh, really? And I'm the one, and you're saying I was being mean to women. Really? I was just making an observation. Seriously, this has been another exciting episode of Around Midnight with the local boys.
Okay, but let's be
if
real.
you-
Would you want to drive in the same lane as Alanis Morissette? Think about it.
Probably not, but that's because everybody else would be staring at her, and then we'd get into it wouldn't be her fault. But anyway, if you really want to send some hate mail, it's at Chevelle Divine. You can tweet him also. Okay.